Hi, my name is Rebecca Bishop, and I'm offering my 12-week Attracting Love program to 10 women who are currently single. So, if you're a single woman looking for love, or maybe you've just given up on love, you've had too many heartbreaks and you just can't do it anymore, you're just worn down. And you know what? I get it because that was me at one time too. Now, I'm offering you this 12-week program for absolutely free. Yes, nothing. And I'm going to explain why in a moment. And I'm also going to take you on the journey as well to attracting love. This was the very same journey that I took myself, and I've also taken clients on as well. And the reason I'm going to do it for free is because I'm rewriting it, if you like, redeveloping it, because in the last 2 years, I've also been on a huge transformational journey myself. So what I was teaching 2 years ago has changed and grown and expanded as well. So let me first take you on the journey, and then I'll explain a little bit about my journey and just the small commitment that I want from you from this program. So welcome to the Attracting Love journey. Now you've got a choice. You can either stay stuck and give up on love altogether, or you can come on the journey with me. The first step is discovering your power, and your power is your energy. Your energy really is your shining light. Think about it. When you go on a date, you feel the other person's energy, and you feel, oh, there was something about them. I just didn't feel right. And we do this all the time subconsciously. When we meet somebody for the first time, we either feel a connection with them or we just don't like them and we just don't know why. So, learning about energy and learning about how powerful your energy is the first step. And I'm going to show you lots of little techniques, easy to use, which you can use as calming techniques and also use to expand your energy. The next step is healing your heart. So I'll take you on a compassionate journey to become aware and to let go of your thoughts and to feel your emotions. So the first step is to become aware of your thoughts and your beliefs and your habits and how you sabotage relationships without even knowing that you're doing it. As you unlayer your programming from childhood, because that's where your thoughts came from, all these beliefs, they came from watching your parents have relationships and watching the relationships around you. And if you didn't have a good example of that, then you probably won't be having much success in relationships. So it's actually not your fault. And then you'll be opening up your heart and you'll start to feel your emotions. And I'm going to take you on a compassionate way to actually release emotions in the most natural way that you did as a child, actually, before you learned that emotions were bad. Ever get told to stop crying or it's wrong to be angry? Well, that was all your parents' beliefs or your caregivers' beliefs. So I'm going to teach you how to fall in love with your emotions in a compassionate way so you can really come back to who you truly are. Now, as part of that, that will be opening up your heart. And then we go on the next step, which is one of my favorites, which is embrace the power of relationships and let go of the drama. So the people in your life at the moment, whether it's work colleagues, parents, siblings, even friends, where you're having issues with that cause you so much stress, you'll discover they can actually be the greatest gift for your own healing of your own trauma. So I'm going to teach you powerful techniques like the metaphorical mirror and the perception triangle so you can literally transform your relationships, because relationships are just energy. And we get into the roles that we play with people, which cause the same situations and same triggers to happen time and time again. So you're going to learn how to do things differently, and it will feel like the most natural thing in the world. After that, I'm going to show you how to unlock your divine feminine. We're going to go through a forgiveness journey, and this journey is more about forgiving you, but also you don't have to condone the past, but if you can find forgiveness in your heart for people who did things that you feel were wrong, we're going to go on that journey. And believe me, it is a journey that means you won't have to go digging in the past, but it helps to heal the energy. And the reason that I ask you to forgive people in your life, whether it be a parent or siblings or whoever it is because it's actually releasing the emotions in you and the ties that you're holding on to in you. So it's really not about the other person. So you don't have to condone what they did, but you're just clearing it from you. So you don't have to feel all this resentment and anger that you've been carrying around with you for so many years. It really is the biggest step to freedom. And with freedom comes flow. And if you're a woman who is naturally in their divine feminine energy, like me, you probably showed up in the workplace in male energy for so long that you've actually forgotten how to be in that beautiful, open, flowy, trusting, nurturing energy. Maybe you show up on dates trying to control. If he doesn't call, you want to ring him, taking action. And if that's you, then it's no wonder you've been attracting men who are showing up a bit wishy-washy, because you're not allowing the man the space to step up into his yang energy because you're playing the man in the relationship. Is this making sense? So this step is all about coming back into your heart space, embracing your feminine energy, and living a life in flow. And then we get to the step of attracting divine love. This is about getting clear on what you want. And I don't mean, he has to be so tall and he has to be this age and I mean the values and qualities that you want in that person. And you're going to really connect to those. Also looking within to make sure you have those values and qualities in you. Because to be love, to attract love, you have to be love. So you're going to embrace it so that you don't actually even have to go out searching for love. It will just come naturally when you're ready. You'll become a magnet to attract your heart's desires. So if this resonates with you, I'm offering you this for absolutely free. And all I'm asking in return is that you show up as much as you can to the 90-minute sessions once a week. And this is a 12-week journey. It's going to be on a Wednesday night from 7:30 till 9, and it will be online via Zoom. There'll be about 10 women, and we'll be all holding a space. It'll be a really, really compassionate space and confidential. I will ask that on some occasions, I will ask that I record it, especially if I'm doing a demo, but that's your choice whether you want that to go into the program or not. This is about empowerment. This is about you going on your own journey with tools and techniques that you can use for the rest of your life. So even when you've met him and you're dating him and you're going into the next stage of relationships, these tools and techniques can be used all the way through the journey of the relationship, because relationships are energy and they're constantly expanding and growing, expanding and growing. And if they don't expand and grow, then they die. So they go around in circles, but that's another story and I can talk about that another time. The other thing I ask is that if you love the program, I ask that you share it, that your experience of it with as many women as you can, especially obviously single women, so they can too be opened up to the freedom of love. And let's face it, we all really yearn for the soulmate, for that person to come into our lives. But we shut ourselves down to it. And I know I did that for many, many years. And the other thing I ask is, if you can write a testimonial, that would be great too. So that's all I ask. So if this interests you, then please, please contact me. And my email is below this video. Just contact me. And if a free space is available, and we'll have a little chat. And if it feels like a fit, then of course you can join. And it's going to start in September. So the second week in September. Can't remember which date that is yet, but I'll put it in the comment below. So just a little bit about me. So I was single for many, many years, and it was an area of my life where I just really struggled with. I kept meeting aloof men who just wouldn't commit. And all I wanted when I went through my 20s and I met a wonderful man and I ended up moving to Australia with him. And then I decided I just didn't want to live there, so I came home. I was so heartbroken that I ended up keeping myself stuck for 10 years. Now, I was 28 at the time, and I just couldn't meet men, and my self-esteem was on the floor, and I was getting more and more stressed at work, and I was moving about from job to job, from place to place, and I just couldn't meet anyone. And I just didn't know what's wrong with me. I kept saying, there must be something wrong with me. And people were saying it'll happen at the right time, but it just wasn't happening. I got to my late 30s and I was desperate to have children. And I was aware that I was probably giving out quite a needy energy because I was getting really desperate because I really wanted children. Anyway, it wasn't happening. And it wasn't until I discovered NLP, neuro-linguistic programming. And NLP took me on a journey. This is what I trained in NLP. And it took me on a journey of self-discovery and awareness. And what I discovered was time and time again, I was attracting aloof men who wouldn't commit, because deep down I had a great fear of commitment, because commitment equaled loss of freedom. One of my biggest values is freedom. So why would I want to commit to somebody if I was going to lose my freedom? So now I don't believe that commitment is a loss of freedom, and I'm now happily married, and I have been with him for 9 years. But at the time, that was running in my subconscious. So I was meeting men who just wouldn't commit because it was keeping me safe and it was keeping me free. I was also meeting aloof men. And it wasn't until I went on the journey that I discovered I was attracting my dad time and time again. Because as a young child, my dad was emotionally shut down. And as a young child, I yearned for his attention. I remember sitting on the settee, watching films with him, wishing he'd notice me. Now, this was not his fault. You know, he had trauma in his life that caused him to close down, and he wasn't able to show his love. He loved me dearly. I just didn't know it at the time. So I was recreating with every relationship a need for him to love me, to notice me. So every man, I just craved them to notice me. And what did I attract? Aloof men who couldn't give me the attention I deserved or needed, because I was also coming from a needy energy. So if this resonates with you, it might be a different scenario. But the reason I believe was I kept attracting the same type of men time and time again because it was showing me the trauma that I needed to heal. And I really believe that is what the instant spark we have at the beginning of the relationship is. It's my trauma and his trauma attracted to each other to say, we're both attracted to each other. We're both a match. So let's get together and heal for good. But so often what we do is we leave the relationship early and we don't do the healing work. So we just keep attracting the same man again and again. So now I'm giving you the opportunity to do the healing work before you attract him. And I'm not going to say that it will all be just unicorns and roses once you attract him, because you'll still be challenged in the relationship, but you'll have the tools to deal with it in a compassionate way. And you'll continue on the growth and transformation throughout the relationship as well. So that's a little bit about me and about attracting love, and I'd love you to join me. So if this is you, a single woman looking for love, or you've closed down to even the opportunity because you just think, I can't get hurt again, this is definitely for you. And why give all of the men that hurt you in the past, why give them the power to rob you of the beautiful future that you can have with somebody, a beautiful relationship that really does exist, believe me. So message me the links below, and I'd love to see you on the programme.